Today we're going to show you how to do the EMP seat delete for the S197 Mustang. We're going to show you to get the seats out first and put the seat delete in, then we'll be good to go. We'll start by removing the bottom first. In the center of the cushion here, lift it up and there's a tab. You push that tab in and you can get the seat up. You can see right here, it's this little tab. You push it in, seat pulls right up. Right there. And then do the same for the other side. And then this bottom section just comes right out. Okay, normally there would be a bolt here, 13 millimeter, another one here with a bracket holding these two seats together, and another bolt over here. But these bolts have already been removed. But it's pretty simple. You just remove these three bolts. Then you come up here. There's the pull tab on the side. You pull it, and then you can remove each seat back. You do the same for the other side. Pull that tab off, and then you can pull the seat back off. And then it might be a little bit tricky with the bracket that's between there, but you can pull it out a little bit and then disconnect that bracket. Okay, then we're going to remove each of these seat brackets. Just use a 10 millimeter, and you can just pull all four of these bolts out. And that's it.
Now that your back seats are out, you're going to want to start with installing this bottom piece, and you'll see it's got 3 holes in the back area. And also make sure that your seat belts are, on the side and not getting all bound up. But you're going to want to start with this middle hole, just so it can stay in place before you install those side ones. And you're going to want to go with that hole right there. You'll see 2 holes right here. Just go with this one underneath that farthest back hole, because this hole has no threads and this one does. So, and you don't want to get these tight right now. You still want to be able to move it a bit. And these threads are pretty long, so I recommend a power tool. But again, be careful not to get it too tight. You still want to be able to move it. And for these side holes, you've got rubber spacers, and you're going to want to put the bolt through the seat delete and then have these spacers go on the threads underneath the seat delete, because that ensures better fitment, no gaps and stuff, makes it look a lot better. So you're going to want to try and pull it up like that, and you can't see my hand obviously, but you're going to want to just feel for the threads underneath there and get that spacer fitted up in it, and then just should fall right down onto that hole. And might need to move it just a little bit to try and find that hole for sure. But once you get that hole in there, or once you get the bolt in the hole like so, then you just want to get it finger tight again and make sure you can still move the whole setup. So to get that bolt in there right, you might need to push this down a bit, because this hole is at an angle. So you'll have to move it around a little bit and just push this down so you can make sure that bolt goes in flat, because without pushing it down, this hole right here will prevent this bolt from getting at the right angle. So now that it is at the right angle, now it's biting on the threads. You don't want to get that one tight either, and you want to move on to the other hole on the right side right there and do the same thing. Before you tighten all these 3 bolts, there's going to be a strip of carpet that comes with this seat delete, and you're going to want to stuff that back here. And then once it's all stuffed back there, you can then tighten all these so it'll hold that carpet in place. And one thing to be sure of with this bottom, just to be sure before you tighten it, to try and push it up a little bit, even though it looks like it might not move, to just do it just in case it can move, so you can minimize the gap here, just in case. So that is also why we include those spacers, to minimize the gap, and the carpet to just make everything look cleaner. So once that carpet stuff back there and this is moved forward, you can tighten these bolts. Now for the last piece, the back piece. You are going to just stick that right on back here, and we don't have the carpet here with us for this install, but you will. So make sure that those seat belts are not getting bound up on the sides here. You just want to pull them out, you know, side by side. Make sure they're not stuck back there, and then you're gonna want to just push that into place there. And also make sure that this is, you know, pushed down a good bit. You really want to minimize any kind of gap. So push it down as much as you can, push this up as much as you can, like when you installed it, so you should be good on that front. So to install the back, you're going to want to put these strap-on over this back before doing anything with your bolts. So you're going to want to line up those holes, and once they are lined up, you're going to want to get those bolts in there, just again finger tight, so you can make sure the alignment is good and there's no gaps or anything. So they should go in pretty smoothly. So once you got those in there, now you can just check everything out, adjust any kind of tightening or whatever, so that your gaps are minimized. And another good thing to do is to push the sides in behind these edges. Makes the gaps look a good bit better. And you know, again, we don't have the carpet, so you won't see anything like that right there, so you'll be fine. But so before you tighten anything, just make sure all those gaps are good, everything is to your approval, and then you'll want to get to tightening. Like so. And that's pretty much it. Now you've got an S197 EMP rear seat delete. So before you tighten the back here, you're going to want to make sure that the back is above the bottom, and all you've got to do is just push it in the center until it just sits on top of that. And once that's done, you're good to tighten everything, because this should already be tightened. So you just need to tighten those two bolts and you're good.